Hi everybody, welcome to today's reading. This is the beginning of the week and there is some kind of change, creating energy, different thing that you're trying to bring into your life. And when we do that, we can often feel like we're doing it by ourselves. So Spirit is wanting you to think of that change and to think about how you are participating in the change, because it can feel like quite chaotic, right? And it's kind of like that chaos of creation. I remember one time being on a Rosie retreat actually, and a bird of paradise was sitting in front of us in a vase, and it was closed up tight. I don't know if you know the type of flower, you can always Google it. And as we were just all staring at it, it just suddenly went and opened. That chaos, that moment of it opening and its petals all flowing out was an amazing moment to catch. You know, I didn't have a camera, but we all saw it and we were all like, oh my God, it was just an amazing moment of creation. But it was also chaotic for the flower, because you imagine the flower's all tight and closed up, and then suddenly it was like, right, that's what's happening for us at the moment. Change is occurring and it is going to feel like, but can we trust it? So one way to check in and to make sure that we're trusting the direction that we're choosing is to ask Spirit to show us some kind of confirmation, and then watch the serendipity, watch watch the coincidence that occurs, and notice that that is Spirit's thumbs up to you to move forward with that change. Okay, you know the deal. I'm going to pick 3 cards. You pick the left, the right, or the middle. You can take one of those cards or all 3 of those cards. It's entirely up to you. Lefties. Yeah, so Spirit says you've got your little stubborn pants on. So what they're saying is you're being quite stubborn about making any changes. You really can't be bothered. You're really tired. You're sick of people. You're like, you know what? I'm just going to leave it how it is. Warning, warning, warning. When you do that, what happens is Spirit will then push you in the back into a direction of change that is not of your choosing, which feels really crappy. Okay, so do not recommend. We're always in the process or the cycle of change. So think about what little area. It can be your thought process. It can be something in regard to how you treat money, how you in regard to your work, home, all different things it could be. But allow yourself to think, oh yeah, that is one thing I would like to change up. It could be your health. So whatever it is, Spirit is kind of pushing you to be on point. Righties. Righties. Take control. You know, you're feeling weighed down with responsibility, and all you're looking at is the things that you're responsible for. And ultimately, at the end of the day, who gives a beep? Because this, when you're lying on your deathbed, no one's going to be like, oh my God, they always made their bed every day. No one's going to worry about any of that. I just use making the bed as a silly responsibility. But whatever the responsibility is, you're feeling really weighed down by it. And no one's going to thank you at the end of the day. So Spirit's like, there's a way out. That there's some kind of movement or change that you want to make. Stand up and go for it and take control. Middle card. When people are aggressive or they've got a different perspective to you, that's a them problem. It's not for you to force or change. When people are aggressive, when you tell them, can you stop? Don't do that. Does that stop them? Right? So people do people, and you don't need to force people to change to be in agreement with you, right? So Spirit is encouraging you to allow them to move away from you, to be angry with you, to be upset with you. Right now at the moment, it's okay to not need to fix someone who's upset. You might want to, but Spirit's like, that's them problem, and it'll become your problem if you get involved. And just be there. Be shining your energy and loving, unconditional love, and then they will know that they can come back to you about what's bothering them or what's happening for them. Okay, so on that note, have a wonderful day.